One of the big things that a lot of people tune into the Super, even people who are not sports fans, they tune in for the commercials. The Super Bowl commercials are always the best commercials of the year. As movie fans, we also tune in to see what the trailers are going to be, but just overall the commercials. It is the most watched annual broadcast in the world, the Super Bowl, by a fair margin. And this year, according to the Hollywood Reporter, the first mainly AI-generated Super Bowl ad is going to play at the Super Bowl. And it's going to be forgive me if I mispronounce this, I don't drink alcohol, so I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these things. The Svedka spot
nailed it.
Features LLM robots and synthetic people. Get ready for the Slopper Bowl. See what they did there?
Nice.
Hollywood Reporter goes on to say this. The Fembot has been prompted. Svedka's famous robot character, gone from pop culture for nearly 13 years, has returned to the brand's ad campaign recently and will now appear in a Super Bowl commercial. The catch? Pretty much the whole spot has been created with AI. The 30-second commercial features Fembot and her new companion, Brobot.
They're not creepy at all, by the way.
No, not at all. Not in the least. As they dance in front of a group of human partiers while discovering Svedka products within their casing. In a video that was almost entirely prompted by AI instead of conventionally shot. The pair's TikTok-y dance was selected from among a slew of user submissions as a part of a contest. It was won by a 23-year-old Nashville native named Jessica Rizzardi, which puts the commercial at the nexus of more than just one tech platform trend. All right. This is the day everybody's been kind of worried about. Particularly people in the thing. Somebody's saying John hasn't heard of the World Cup. Moron. The World Cup only happens once every 4 years. It is not an annual thing, as I specified. Anyway, this is the thing that a lot of people have kind of been dreading. Now, this wouldn't be the first AI-generated commercial. Like, we've got that really awful Coca-Cola Christmas commercial that looked terrible and just looked like slop and just looked totally bad. And there's other ones where animals are driving cars that, again, look bad. Again, sometimes it's good when you use elements of AI in something that can work okay. But this looks really bad. I do want to point something out here. I have to do this. Let me see if I can find it here. Why can't I find it? I've got it here somewhere. Believe me, I do. But there is something so wrong. Oh, yeah, here we are. Let's bring this up here.
You noticed it too?
Oh, my God. There's two things really weird. First of all, let's watch this part here. Now, I want you to pay attention to that. When this scene cuts, I want you to pay attention to the guy on the couch.
Oh, I caught it.
What the hell is he doing with his legs? You can tell this is AJ. Watch this. Here we go. And play.
But you know what it is, right?
Okay, again, what's he doing with his legs?
Okay, it's a Rick James song.
Yes.
That's Rick James. This is a Chappelle Show reference.
Oh.
F your couch! And he's putting mud on the couch.
Yes, mud on the couch. Because that's a very good pickup. I knew it was Rick James. I totally forgot about the Chappelle thing.
I did the same thing until I went back and I was like, well, it is a Rick James song. And then I looked and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is a Chappelle Show reference.
Because bring it back up here. I was wondering why.
It's like AI went nuts.
Well, no. What it really looks like is like his shoes are shitting. Look. It looks like his shoes are spewing.
If you drink too much, you can lose your faculties.
He's spewing diarrhea all over the thing. That's a good catch, but still, man, that look.
Now, the real question is, was that prompted by a human to put
and this guy looks like he got his throat. I get he's spilling it, but it looks like his throat was slit because it's red fluid coming out of his throat.
Which is all good and everything. Again, so anyway, that great catch on the Rick James reference. I knew it was Rick. I totally forgot about the Chappelle reference. That actually makes it clever, although it looked really weird.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if AI just put that reference in there and no one prompted it?
And they didn't even realize it?
And they didn't know?
Well, that would be something. Now, look, I go back. Let's bring this up again. Yeah, that just looks creepy as hell. If we look at the people, like, the humans totally look all AI generated.
They look like NPCs from a game.
Yes, that's exactly what they look like. They look like NPCs like from the latest Witcher game. Is the commercial itself terrible?
Yes.
It's not. I mean, I don't think the commercial is terrible in of itself. Dancing robots drinking vodka. Okay, it's the Super Bowl. They do things, but again, this is going to have a lot of people talking. And by the way, the president of the company kind of acknowledged that we understand doing it with AI is going to get a lot of people talking, but we want people talking because here we are on the John Campea Show talking about Svedka, which I think is a first. I don't think we've ever mentioned Svedka on our show before.
No.
So there you go. It works. So I got to tell you, Rob, I do feel conflicted about it. I mean, look, on the one hand, you and I as individuals, if a new piece of technology comes around that lets us do something faster, easier, and cheaper, we do it in a heartbeat. We do it in a heartbeat. That's what we do. So should not other people be allowed to do the same thing? If a studio finds a way to accomplish something cheaper, faster, easier, you and I take advantage of it. Should they not be able to take advantage of it? I'm not answering the question for you. I'm asking the question. And so I feel a little bit conflicted by that. At the same time, it still just looks wrong.
Yeah, I mean, but it'll get better.
But right now it looks wrong.
I think it's purposefully looking creepy. Like, I think they did that on purpose.
I don't know if it's purposely, because I've seen people try not to make it look creepy, and it just always looks off.
Well,
guys, we want to take a second and thank the sponsor of today's episode, PrizePicks. Well, the big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than with PrizePicks, where it always feels good to be right. With the football season coming to a close, this is your last chance to jump into football action before next year, and PrizePicks is making it easy by giving you $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. What I've always loved about PrizePicks is how simple it is. You're just picking more or less on player projections, building your lineup, and rooting at home while you watch the game. I also really like their early payouts feature. If a player gets off to a hot start, you can cash out before the game even ends. And with the new social feed, you can follow other players, copy lineups that you like, or use them as inspiration for your own. So don't miss out. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the code CAMPEA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CAMPEA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. But I don't know, Rob, you had a chance to see this. What do you think about this? And what do you think about the fact that we're getting our first fully AI-generated Super Bowl commercial?
Well, I've been playing around with AI. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, last night, I wanted to make a thumbnail for my YouTube show. And I couldn't find, normally I just find an image online and use that and put my text over it. But it was something specific about kids having no attention span. It was an Atlantic article. And I couldn't find a picture. So I went to AI. And I generate, it's the very first time in my thumbnail that I used an all AI generated picture that I prompted. I had this idea. I said I wanted it in the style of 3 different artists, and I made this picture. And it was cool. And it never existed until I prompted it into existence. Now, I'm not an artist, so I had this picture. So the question is, it didn't exist. And I needed something that was specific to what I was talking about. And it kind of gave me this, based on my ideas, it gave me this weird thing. Now, I was never going to pay an artist to do it. I wasn't going to call a friend up and go, hey, man, I need this. I didn't even know what it would look like. So I got it. Now, the question was, I thought it was legit. I'm like, this is the first time I've done it. I'm going to do it some more. You know? And this some human being had to come up with this concept. Somebody did. Like, it'll be in a club. Somebody probably came up with the idea of doing the Chappelle reference. So somebody at some ad agency probably did get paid for this ad. They just used AI to generate. They had to figure out, somebody probably storyboarded this whole commercial out. They needed to know what shots they wanted to do. They knew they had certain gags they wanted to do. And so some human being is responsible for this ad. Now, did the animator get paid to do it? No. Did some CG artist get paid to do it? No. So clearly, this ad was made without people that would normally have been paid to work on it. They didn't get paid. So somebody lost their job. The thing is, though, that's where we're at. And if you're not jumping onto this bandwagon, where are you going to be? And so I don't know, ethically, morally, I mean, I'm sure that people were really pissed that transcribed books when the Gutenberg press came along. and you could suddenly print out Bibles.
Didn't have to
you know,
transcribe.
I mean, instead of transcribing anymore. So it's a tough one. But I do think that human beings are going to always be driving this material in some way, shape, or form until we're not.
You know, it brings up the question about how we have utilized technology as individuals, as people,
Yeah.
to replace hiring other people to do it for us in many different ways. I'll just give you an example. Something I had to do this morning. I had to do some banking this morning, and I did what all of us do now. I jumped on my phone, and I did everything I did. And I remembered, you know, when I was younger, when I was a teenager, I remember having to go into my bank to a teller. And in my bank, there would be like 8 different tellers up, all with lines of people. But the technology is now advanced that it makes it a lot easier for us to do our banking. And you know what? There's probably now 10% of the number of employed bank tellers that we used to have a number of years ago. I know that's an extreme example, but the principle is there, is that we have often in our society used new technology to replace us having to pay somebody else to do something for us. I'm not saying that's a direct apples to apples with this new scenario. Again, I myself still feel very conflicted about it. I do.
Yeah.
Like I understand the principle, some things I don't. It's just really weird. And I saw somebody in the live chat just say, well, hey man, it's only commercials. Not like they're doing it with movies.
Oh,
If you don't think commercials is step one,
Yeah.
where do you think this is going? And so,
10 years from now, the director of this is probably going to be directing some indie film or whatever.
or an
That's-
AI episode.
no,
Yeah.
we will have the first theatrically released all AI generated movie in the next 18 months.
Isn't Steven Soderbergh kind of like really researching that and going into the
Darren
trying to-
Aronofsky's new animated series about the birth of America is all AI generated.
Maybe it was Darren Aronofsky I was
Yeah.
thinking of. Yeah. So I don't know, guys. I just think I'm not here to tell you what to think because I'm not sure what I think. I just think it's a very interesting move forward here. Whatever you guys think about this, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.